This book has been able to help me absolutely transform my environmental background art so much. When I tell you, I have never been able to draw environmental art until like I got this and I fully redrew the things in this book and truly looked at the art of this artist. And I feel like this book and this movie isn't the only one. Like, you can generally get any other movie from this studio and thoroughly look at the art and the background art of it, and I feel like you'll be able to improve so much in natural environmental work like forests and trees and stuff like that. So this isn't so much about urban backgrounds as much as it is about natural backgrounds, things like forests and mountains and stuff like that. So if you're looking for something urban and you clicked on this video thinking that it would be urban backgrounds, I apologize. Maybe this isn't the video for you. But if you're someone like me who's always had trouble like drawing trees and drawing like leaves and things with a lot of foliage, this is for you. This is The Art of Princess Mononoke, which honestly I find it a little funny because this book, there isn't much writing in it. There isn't much of them fully discussing how they did it. For example, in this page where it's just the concept art, the only thing that it says is concept sketches, initial sketches, Ashitaka's eyebrows were thicker. In terms of environmental stuff, this is gold. This is honestly, this was gold for me. This isn't a thing where like you have to buy the book. Honestly, you can generally just look at the like Ghibli environmental stuff on Pinterest, but you have to do it intentionally. I always bring this book out. Like, look at how beautiful this is. I always bring this book out when I am drawing backgrounds, especially for my animation. This saved me when I was making my last animation because it was very heavy, like forest focused. It also goes to show that like it doesn't really matter how much you study, you have to do it intentionally. How this book helped me and how I was able to transform the way I draw leafage and backgrounds and stuff like that. I would do a thumbnail of what I wanted to draw, what I was wanting for my background, and then when I figured out what I wanted, where things would be, I would look into this book to see how they drew it. So for example, something I've always struggled with was simplifying like a bunch of trees or a bunch of like condensed trees in one area. And then we look at this, and here he just shows mountains of just trees condensed. I see that he doesn't do like a bunch of leaves and stuff, he clumps it together, and I look at how he clumps it together and I try to mimic this in the drawing that I'm making, or I simply quickly redraw this in like inks and something monochrome so I don't like spend too much time on it, and it helps so much. Something that also helped was that Studio Ghibli does all of their art by hand. So this was all done by I think watercolors and maybe gouache. So a lot of this was done in a very simplified way that you can replicate, especially when it comes to like things in your sketchbook. I would look really deeply into how he drew tree stumps and I would completely replicate it. There's stuff as well that I never really realized, such as like these little leaves around the tree stumps and how he used to draw like these little leaves and the variations of it. I went from drawing backgrounds from natural environments that looked like this to looking like this. Like the difference in just literally having a book open in front of you that you can refer back to while you're drawing your own art was so big, and it's why a lot of artists tell you to study different artists, because it helps. It really does help. If you're more of a beginner artist and you're thinking, wow, why should I study artists into other artists? Why should I copy other artists? Like, isn't that stealing? No, it will help improve your art so much in the long run. A lot of artists have a lot more experience than you. There will always be an artist that will have so much more experience than you, so they know how to break down certain things. You won't be able to do it that well until you see how other people are doing, how they simplified it. No matter how much trees I looked at in real life and how much I tried to replicate it, and I would like take pictures and I would try to redraw the scenario, I just could never do it. It just looked bad. There was always something weird about it. And until I got this book and until I examined his backgrounds and I examined the way he drew trees and the way he drew leaves and how he made it not look overcrowded, my natural environment background sucked. It was always really bad. I initially got this book because of the production diary, because I just found it really interesting and I thought it was going to help a lot to see how they paced out, how they made the animations. I also find it very funny because sometimes in the production diary he just puts random things. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a day where he says that Miyazaki got a haircut and that's it for the day. But like these go on and on, like each day, like each paragraph is one day. And I got this book just literally just because of this, because this was just so interesting to me and it was so helpful when I was creating my own animations. And it ended up being not the most helpful thing. Like, this was helpful, I'm not going to lie, it was great and it was helpful, but the most helpful things was really the environment in this book. But yeah, you don't necessarily have to have this book. So I know that the title is a bit clickbaity. You can literally like get an image on Pinterest and do exactly what I did with a Pinterest thing open. I found that being able to have a book open instead and being able to really look deeply into it without zooming in and like focusing on little details for no reason was really helpful to me. I also just like having books. I like being able to open them. It feels nice to me. If you have trouble with natural environments, look at Studio Ghibli. I'm sorry if this wasn't like extremely helpful for you, especially if you're more of an experienced artist or intermediate artist. I feel like you would have maybe already thought about this, so maybe this was more for like beginner artists. I feel like most of my videos will be for more beginner artists, so I apologize about that. But if you were looking for an art book for your collection, this is great, especially if you love animation and you like doing your own animation, because of the production diary. It's literally gold to look through this and seeing like each step of the way and like how quickly they did certain things for the movie. Yeah, this book helped me so much and I just wanted to talk about it, I guess. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any other book suggestions that you think I might like, if I liked this, if you have anything that's around the same way, please leave them in a comment. Let's have a discussion about our books. Yeah, that's all. See you soon.